Hey, what's going on, Gamer Dad entrepreneurs? Roosevelt Cooper here, coming to you live, and this is episode 26 of the Daily Level Up show. And in this episode, I want to talk to you about people lying about making $50,000 a month and why it's completely unnecessary to do that and why it's completely irrelevant to begin with. So, there's a gentleman that I follow by the name of Josh Cousins. Good, decent guy. He teaches online marketing, and I follow him on Facebook and Twitter. And today he was talking about people lying about making $50,000 a month. And I just thought it was hilarious because I know it's true. You have people who will go online and they will say, oh yeah, I make $50,000 a month. This is why you should buy my program and stuff like that. I've literally had people inbox me trying to get me to buy their programs, fake screenshots that I'm supposed to be impressed by about how much money they make in a month. Now, first off, people need to stop lying about how much money they make. Some of these people that say they make $50,000 a month, they don't make $50,000 a month. They've never made $50,000 a month. They're lying because they're trying to get you to be able to buy whatever it is that they're selling, hoping that if they can lie to enough people who think that they make $50,000 a month, then maybe one day they actually will make $50,000 a month. So that's the first category. You have people that just straight up lying about how much money they make. Then you have people who are basically telling half-truths about how much money that they make. So you have someone, right, who might make, let's say you have someone who might make, actually I'll give you a perfect example. So my first marriage, right, my wife and I, we used to invest in real estate, mostly her. I did a little bit of marketing for her, but she was mostly doing the heavy lifting on that. And we had a month where we made $50,000 in a month from her real estate transactions, right? Now, here's what some of these people do. So they'll have a month, right, where they make $50,000 in a month, and then they'll just start marketing like, oh, I make $50,000 a month. No, you don't make $50,000 a month. You had 1 month where you made $50,000. What about the month after that where you made $2,000? So you have people who will make $50,000 in 1 month, and then they'll take that 1 month and they'll say, oh, I make $50,000 a month. No, you don't. So they're basically telling you a half-truth. Yes, it's true that there was a single month that they made $50,000 in that single month, but that does not mean that they make $50,000 a month. It just means that they had 1 month where they made $50,000. So that's the second category. And then the third category is you have someone who let's say you have someone who does make $50,000 in a month. So every single month they make $50,000, right? But what they're not telling you is whether that is revenue or whether that is profit. So see, there's a difference. Revenue is how much money you collected in sales of your product or service. That's revenue. However, your profit is after you've paid all your expenses associated with that revenue, like your merchant account fees, like whatever your costs are to deliver the product or service, whether those are actually fees in terms of what it costs to actually make a product, or whether you're dealing with a service, what you have to pay your employees or contractors to deliver the service. So they might make $50,000 a month in revenue, but what is their actual profit? Their profit at the end of the day might only be $5,000 a month profit. So even though they make $50,000 a month in revenue, that entrepreneur might only be taking home $5,000 a month, which I make more than that on my job. But yet they're bragging, talking about, oh, I make $50,000 a month. No, you actually make $5,000 a month, because after you spend your $45,000 on your costs to deliver your product or service, you're only bringing home $5,000 in a month. That's gonna actually go into your family. And then finally, why this is completely irrelevant to begin with. So here's the thing. Let's say the entrepreneur really is making $50,000 a month. So at the end of the day, after all the bills are paid, after everything is paid that's required to service that product or service and deliver that product or service, let's say they are actually netting $50,000 a month. It's still completely irrelevant. And here's why it's completely irrelevant. Just because someone makes $50,000 a month, that does not mean you're going to make $50,000 a month buying whatever it is that they're selling. Because the thing is, we are all different and unique. Each of us have different skill sets, different abilities, different likes, different dislikes, different inclinations, different networks of influence, different follower counts, different levels of the type of people that follow us, and all different marketing, and all that comes into play in determining how much we are going to make. So just because someone makes $50,000 a month, that does not mean that you're going to make $50,000 a month. That does not even mean that they are qualified to teach you how to make $50,000 in a month. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not an attorney, so speak to an attorney about this, but I'm pretty sure that making income statements like that, you can't make those type of statements unless you are actually tracking every single customer who buys their product or service, and they are actually making $50,000 a month or something like that. Again, I'm not an attorney. Speak to an attorney about that, but I'm pretty sure income claims like that, if not completely illegal, is definitely borderline illegal, or borderline you can only make them if you can do certain things. So even if someone makes $50,000 in a month, it's completely irrelevant, because that doesn't mean you're going to make $50,000 a month in whatever it is that they're selling. So just wanted to talk about that. I thought Joshua's post was pretty spot on about people lying about how much money that they make. It's completely irrelevant. The bottom line is, the only thing that matters is how much can you make from whatever it is that they're offering. So that's what I want to talk about today. Tomorrow I am actually going to a gaming convention, so I'm really super excited about that. I'm going to be doing a class on how to play solo RPG games. I'm going to be running a game of Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be running a game called Everyday Heroes, which I actually was one of the playtesters, and my name is in the credits for that game. So I'm really excited to be able to run that game. All right, so tomorrow's episode, you may see some clips of me at the gaming convention. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, take care, and I will see you all tomorrow.